After making the Resurgence of Lyricists series, I wanted to try and avoid making another video on a pen-heavy rapper. Unfortunately, it looks like the caffeine era has taken a large toll on some of the battle rappers that I originally wanted to make videos on, so it doesn't look like I'll be producing any content on them anytime soon. Like, what do I look like making a video on Tay-Rock or Averb or Murder Mook right now? Needless to say, pickings have been slim, so I put it up to the people on Twitter to see if I've been sleeping on any rappers to make videos on, and among the myriad of suggestions, one really stuck out to me.
Fight! Fuck letting that Glock burst. I'm big, you big. Let's see which one of us drop first. I'm fat, you fat. Let's see which one y'all stop first. I'm down to go to war with you. I'm black and Samoan, so go figure. You know what you need for that type of shit? Some more niggas. You get
Jey The Nitewing is a Washington battle rapper whose unique style has quickly taken him from irrelevance to the big stages, or at least as big a stage as the caffeine era can have. In battle rap, I think Jey is a one-of-a-kind talent, but not for the reasons you might think. The Mad King stat line leaves a little bit to be desired, but for an overview, he's a punching angler who has a welcome proficiency in all other stats, the jack-of-all-trades approach. Jey The Nitewing isn't incredible at any one thing, he's just pretty good at everything. But no, Jey's true strengths are in his intangibles. Intangibles are qualities of battle rappers that are really hard, if not impossible, to quantify. There's no Miller test for them, it's more of an I know it when I see it type of thing. It's the little things that one does that adds a whole lot to their performances. Among these are things like defense, persona, battle rap IQ, and a lot more. So unlike my other videos where I basically run down each major stat for a battle rapper, I instead want to talk about Jey The Nitewing's stats as they pertain to his mastery of the little things in battle rap. First, I want to talk about his presence. Like other intangibles, presence is incredibly hard to actually define, but to put it shortly, it describes a rapper's stature and the weight that their bars hold on stage. This is also referred to as star power sometimes, though I don't think they're really synonymous. This is the main resource that performance and aggression-based rappers rely on. People like Shotgun Suge, Tay-Rock, and New Jersey Twerk use their aggressive and energetic styles as a means to establish a dominant presence over their opponent. On the other side of the coin, there's rappers who function to discredit and diminish their opponent's presence. People like Pat Stay, Briz, and Geechee Gotti are great at these types of things. Jey The Nitewing's strength is in the fact that he's able to operate on both sides of this paradigm. That signature persona he has functions to both generate presence for him and diminish his opponents. He uses his two main weapons, punching and angling, as a means to accomplish this. So let's start by getting into his punching. I'd say he's a serviceable to very good puncher, and in retrospect I think it was a good idea to match him with Nitty in a 2-on-2. Jey has that same grasp of finesseful punching that Rum does, albeit at a lower level. He's got this sharp talent for connecting parts of words to concepts that allows him to spin normal punches into double or even triple entendres. To add on, these punches can get so condensed from Jey that they can catch you off guard, and I feel like this happens a lot with the Mad King. Like versus real name Brandon, the way he structures this bar makes you expect the punch before it actually arrives. It reminds me a lot of Nitty at his wittiest.
I'm too nice for you. You not a real name, bruh. I gotta beat you to show y'all I'm likely to fuck a real name up. White teacher at roll call. See, you ain't safe. See, you ain't safe with Jey.
So how does this loop back into his presence? Well, I think that Jey The Nitewing uses punching as a weapon against rappers who have less presence than he does. His humorous and disregarding disposition allows his bars to hit a lot harder versus opponents who can't match him on a persona level. He feeds on low presence rappers like Don Marino and Rude Bando, but one flaw of this is that sometimes he can lean a little bit too hard into it, not understanding that it can't always carry him through a battle. For example, the third round he threw away versus Rude Bando almost sacrificed his opportunity to compete for 25 racks. While punching is Jey's weapon against low presence opponents, angling is his tool against high presence ones. Angling is a strategy that allows you to directly attack your opponent's credibility and diminish their weight on stage. People like Pat Stay specialize in using humorous angles to discredit and embarrass his opponent. Jey the Nitewing operates somewhat on the same wavelength, except with a much higher proficiency for bringing his opponent down. By doing this, he's able to overcome a lot of the disadvantages that come with going against higher presence opponents, and with his potent vision, Jey can really put the nail in the coffin for a lot of his opponents through his breakdowns.
Think of all his moves, because he took all of them. The bigger nine, the little nine, the scarecrow, the revolver spin, the uptown, the downtown, the first take, the recap, the skirt. You probably should have let him keep that. The bulldog, the Joe Budden, the weird nigga, the janitor, the clear view, the O button, bro, you fucking...
He also has a lot of the mannerisms and traits of some really skilled rappers. He's got some of Nitty's wit, a little bit of JC's setup ability, a little bit of Twerk's aggression, and he even has Chess's mastery of hard-hitting struggle bars, which is something I don't think we've seen for a while. That last one is particularly a big facet of Jey the Nitewing's playstyle. His whole persona and the way he dresses is based on his tribulations through life. That mature, deep-brooding voice of his also gives his bars a maturity that Chess lacked, and this has given way to some of the hardest-hitting angles in battle rap in my opinion.
Cause you ain't that hard. What you gonna raise the bar with some racial bars? What you take me for? Fuck your hustle. When it come to the struggle, nigga, anybody can play that card. See, I came from cold showers. All my ooses know, but see, most was broke. Nigga, Jey was poor. I ain't have a mattress till I was 16. I had to wake up and make the floor. Nigga, life was...
Aside from all of his other talents, I think Jey is a serviceable lyricist, and the main aspect that carries him in this category is creativity. So many of his bars involve these little flourishes and conceptual pauses that are well used to put emphasis on his punches. They also function to keep the crowd waiting and attentive, adding some much needed nuance to his sometimes unenergetic performances. Like here, I still can't tell if this is an actual choke or if it were planned due to just how well Jey seems to recover from it.
Me in the ring. I should have ended now. Fuck that. Got more shit. I said, you came up short, photo. I'm bagging on them. They can't see me in the ring, so kill the shit. Face it, fix. You a basic bitch. Took your image, then filtered it. I know your makeup. Face it, fix. Makeup. They don't feel this shit. I'm just killing time, really. See what I write? Crispy, still popping, even though I'm milking it. Nigga, fight back.
That nigga hard.
His pen is also nothing to scoff at. Jey doesn't use schemes too often, which I think is good since I don't think he's very fit for it. Not that he can't scheme at all, I just think that he's better off sticking to his main weapons. No, the best aspect of Jey's pen is wordplay. He's got a very potent understanding of how to stretch and shorten words to sound like each other, and the only problem I have with this is that Jey doesn't tend to use it to its full potential too often. When he does though, it can rival some of the best, like Daylight. I'm not sure this would be considered a reach, but this bar here displays a core understanding of wordplay.
What happens when you bring the king back in a list of matches? Every line got him jumping early. Should have stayed neutral zone because I'm in for action. Let's go. Ooh. Let's go. Talk to him. I'm different.
One place where I could see room for improvement is in his flow. It's not that it's necessarily bad, but it's purely functional, and really only allows Jey to deliver his lines. I speculate that he might find it hard to incorporate creative rhythms into his rounds, given the long presence-establishing pauses that he's grown to lean on, but I do think they can make his rounds a little monotonous. Rum Nitty kinda has that same problem. That static flow can make crowds weary of your bars, especially if you're just punching. Luckily, I think Jey has some tools in the arsenal to combat this problem. He's able to splice in moderately more nuanced rhythms, and these often staccato flows can make the bars exponentially more potent. It's something we can see earlier in his career, like in this battle versus Fix. This faster, bouncier flow is very cathartic to the ear.
make y'all fix it. You carry a false image. What I carry is all spitting. Can't reload, then it's milk bone. I come back with my dog biscuit. That talking don't mean shit. I knew as soon as I seen Fix. You put Jay in front of him, he change up. Now he a prefix. Niggas.
There's also a lot of slept-on qualities of Jey the Nitewing too. Not many will mention his penchant for humor, his ability to switch on a dime from being a passive puncher to an aggressive angler, and how willing he is to exert physical dominance using his larger frame. He's even shown some glimpses of rebuttal ability. So yeah, Jey is really good, and Battle Rap Stats seems to agree. They have him 9-3 from 2018 to the end of his Ultimate Madness run, and to date, the app has him 11-0 undefeated. So who is Jey's kryptonite? Well, as I've said throughout the video, Jey's main strength is presence, so accordingly, his weakness might be high presence anglers. People like Sue Surf, T-Top, and maybe Geechee Gotti might be the catalyst to Jey's destruction. People who can meet him halfway on a persona level can also give him problems. I think people like Charlie Clips and Daylight can get past his humorous and disregarding persona while also having better punches. But let's be clear, the competition I'm stating here is much higher than the opponents he's been getting as of recent. The most dangerous battle he's been in versus a veteran was New Jersey Twerk on his return. That battle was supposed to spell death for Jey, but as I've said throughout the video, Mad King's specialty is diminishing the presence of the more aggressive and energetic punchers like Twerk, and with the help of a choke, Jey took this battle convincingly. So what does the future look like for Jey? Well, he's coming off a decisive win with Rum Nitty vs DNA and Don Marino, so I think he's really ready to get a big look, and I'd like to see how he stacks up against the more lyricism-heavy elites like B-Dot or Mike P, or maybe pit him up against another rising star like Loso. Either way, I think Jey is a rising star that, in my estimations, will soon be a top-tier talent. Where exactly in the top tier is still to be seen, but for now, it looks very promising. So yeah, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and follow my Twitter if you want to see updates on when my next video might come out. I know my release schedule's been a little inconsistent ever since I joined LTBR, but I'm hoping to get that back on track. If you really like the content, you can subscribe to my Patreon. I don't put any ads on these videos, and any ads you do see are from URL or RBE or any of the leagues taking copyright revenue. And I'm also considering streaming on Caffeine or Twitch just to give people a glimpse into what my evaluation process for battle rappers looks like. So if that's something you'd like to see, put that down in the comments. And stay tuned for my next video. You might be surprised who I decide to take a look at. And thanks for watching.